So this is another way to try to crush their economy, to overthrow them. If socialism's so bad, why do you have to do this stuff to crush socialism? Shouldn't it just fall under the weight of their own socialism? At the same time, we're giving $40 billion to Argentina because their economy crashed, even though they're not socialists. Isn't that weird? Trump just blew up another fishing boat off the coast of Venezuela. U.S. kills 6 alleged drug smugglers in a new strike off Venezuela, Trump says. So there's that word alleged again. Hey, maybe don't mention you killed them until you verify that they are in fact drug dealers. How about you don't brag about it? We killed alleged. Well, shouldn't you be sure? Shouldn't you have to prove it? Remember in that one Naked Gun movie when Leslie Nielsen's talking about how he shot a few people who luckily turned out to be drug dealers? No, me neither.
Yeah, I remember he was getting an award for his 1,000th drug dealer kill. And he goes, there were a few other people, but luckily they later turned out to be drug dealers.
And so we're doing this, that we do this stuff overseas as practice because all you have to be is allegedly committing a crime to get a Hellfire missile square in the center of your wooden fishing boat. So instead of due process, we're practicing don't process. Here it is. The U.S. military killed 6 alleged drug smugglers Tuesday off the coast of Venezuela. Why wouldn't you just capture their boat? Why wouldn't you capture them and haul them in front of the cameras and show us what they were smuggling? Why wouldn't you do that? Or not
mention it without the proof because it seems kind of bad.
So what they're doing is killing people off the coast of Venezuela as an intimidation so people don't want to go fish anymore off the coast of Venezuela. So this is another way to try to crush their economy, to overthrow them. If socialism's so bad, why do you have to do this stuff to crush socialism? Shouldn't it just fall under the weight of their own socialism? At the same time, we're giving $40 billion to Argentina because their economy crashed, even though they're not socialists. Isn't that weird?
Who's bringing it up? Where's your Tim Pools and everybody who loves the right wing, whatever? Where are they who love that guy? I don't hear nothing about him now.
The latest development in an ongoing military campaign that has raised questions about his legal authority to use lethal force against vessels suspected of transporting illicit narcotics. I didn't know if you see a car driving down the street and the cop thinks there's drugs in there, you guys just get to surround it and start shooting them? You could drop a bomb on it?
IDF rules, I guess.
Writing on social media, Trump said that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had ordered the strike under my standing authorities as Commander-in-Chief. Okay, here it is. Under my standing authorities, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Hey, can we see any proof of any kind? Or is that classified? Follow-up question, is America just a joke now?
Or maybe for some time. Unclassified. Oh, thanks for unclassifying that boat picture of the people you shot. You
they're unclassified the boat. That's what they're bringing Hellfire missiles for, a fishing boat. And instead of narcotics, what if they were just selling weed? Do you hit them with something less impactful like a refrigerator? But that, of course, would be offering food to the enemy, so you can't do that. Here it is. Boom. Look, all the evidence gets blown up. That's your government doing that. That's your tax dollars. The tiny little country of Venezuela that has way more oil than Saudi Arabia, and now you know why they're doing that. Now you know why Trump has wanted to overthrow Venezuela since his first term. For the oil, baby. He said it. The strike hit a vessel in international waters just off Venezuela's coast. In a video taken from the air accompanying a social media post, a boat can be seen. That's right. This is the 5th reported strike by U.S. forces since September against vessels the administration alleged were carrying dope. Alleged.
Good enough for me.
Good enough. The operations have killed 27 people. It has not disclosed evidence verifying that the vessels were carrying drugs, that the people aboard were confirmed criminals, or what country they even came from. Trump has argued that he has the legal authority to conduct these strikes because he has determined that the United States is in armed conflict with Latin American drug cartels. How convenient. And it just happens to be a country that has all the oil, more oil than Saudi Arabia, and that you tried to overthrow your first term. Isn't that weird? You just changed the reasons. So some in Congress, which has the sole authority to declare war and has not formally authorized the use of force in this instance, have pushed back against the president's claims. Lawmakers from both parties have been frustrated with what they say is a lack of information about the administration, about its objectives. However, I'll tell you, their objective is to overthrow Maduro and put in a puppet and then give that oil to American companies. That's their objective. And they can't allow socialism to work. Because if a country is socialist, we have to crush it because we don't want it catching on. However, last week, Senate Republicans narrowly defeated an effort led by Democrats that would have blocked the U.S. military from continuing the strikes. Hey, here's maybe this is a dumb question. Why is the Trump administration telling us all this? I guess they're announcing this to someone way above my pay grade, and they don't give a shit what I think. That's my guess. That's my guess. And we love hearing when someone just narrowly defeated an effort. Just narrowly defeated, because it makes them seem like the underdog in a sports movie.
Like the people who want to repress the Epstein stuff?
In January, Trump issued an executive order designating a number of Latin American groups as foreign terrorist organizations. He has leaned into that declaration in recent weeks as he and his administration have sought to justify its lethal campaign in the Caribbean. So, guess what? But this is from September 20th, when someone inside the Trump administration admitted the real reason that they're doing this to Venezuela, while fighting drug is the pretext for recent U.S. attacks, the real goal is to drive Maduro from power one way or another. Who said that? Several current military officials and diplomats and intelligence officers say that. So that's the real, now you know the rest of the story. Rather, they are a clear signal to Nicolas Maduro that this administration is growing serious about accomplishing either regime or behavioral change from Caracas. So they want a regime change in Caracas. Gunboat diplomacy is back, and it may well work. Mr. Rubio and Defense Secretary Hegseth have both said the military would carry out more strikes in the coming weeks as part of what they describe as a counter-narcotics and counter-terrorism. So that's now you know the rest of the story. And Maduro better listen up, because if he doesn't give his resources to American companies, you're not going to have any fish soon. Because nobody's going to want to go out in their boat and get the fish. I wonder which donor is most happy about this. I'll be impressed if they aren't some Israeli Zionist maniac for once. Just a regular non-Zionist psychopath would be refreshing for a change.
Yeah, well, does anybody speak up for those psychopaths?
October 19th, we'll be in Irvine, California. We'll be in Australia. Then we'll be in Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving. And then Pottstown, Pennsylvania, December 6th. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.